welcome.
All right, meanwhile, House Republicans striking an internal deal to avoid a government shutdown over the weekend. But it appears already to have pushback from their own side to derail it. Our next guest is one of those Republicans who does not support the party measure, GOP Congressman Matt Rosendale. This continuing resolution, while they negotiate, would extend the funding of the government till October 31st. Congressman, why are you dead set against that?
Brian, I've said for months now that I will not support any continuing resolution. That is merely an extension of Nancy Pelosi's spending and Joe Biden's policies that we voted against. Republicans voted against for the last 2 years. We have known for 9 months it is time to pass the appropriation bills. We were assured by Kevin McCarthy, this Congress is going to be different. We're going to pass the 12 appropriation bills. I started talking about this several months ago when the debt ceiling package was negotiated outside of the House of Representatives, and Kevin McCarthy went directly to President Biden and struck a deal that didn't reduce spending. I said, we are on a trajectory to have a continuing resolution and an omnibus, the same as Nancy Pelosi passes.
Got you, Congressman. But this is a continuing resolution. You're not signing on for any permanent spending caps. You're just saying one more month to negotiate. You guys took the whole you took all of August off. I don't know why. You didn't pass any appropriations bill. They did on the Senate. But do you think Chip Roy is conservative?
Oh, I absolutely think Chip Roy is conservative.
Listen to what he says.
Very bright.
Matt, listen to what he said about your stand.
And I have colleagues on my side of the aisle who are about to walk away from something that we can possibly do here together to get across and send a message loudly and clearly that we should fund a government that will actually do its job and secure the border. For all the folks out there ready to walk away from it, I would just caution you that you are walking away from the most important issue that we're dealing with right now for the people that we represent.
And what he's saying is there's border money in this while you negotiate for 1 month for this. Meanwhile, this is something that Senate's probably not going to accept anyway, but it'll bring it to negotiations. How do you feel about Chip Roy's logic here?
So the very beginning of that statement, Brian, really summarizes it. It's a message. It's a message. And I think that the message that we need to send is that Congress needs to do their job. They need to pass the 12 appropriation bills. They need to get the non-defense discretionary spending reduced to $1.471 trillion, which is what Speaker McCarthy agreed that he was going to help us to accomplish.
But
I'm not just pointing fingers.
Congressman, what if they just tell you I need another month? They just need another month. You fund the government. Republicans who get totally blamed.
And next year we're going to reduce the spending, and the year after that we're going to balance the budget. Let me hold the football for you, Lucy.
How long is Speaker McCarthy had the job?
I think that you had a Freudian slip just there, okay? We're seeing
no Freudian slip. How long has Speaker McCarthy had the job?
We're seeing the same kind of work ethic come out of Speaker McCarthy as we saw out of Speaker Pelosi.
So you have no more,
and I'm not going to support that.
So, in other words, if you have colleagues that you respect like Chip Roy, you obviously don't like Speaker McCarthy. If people like Chip Roy and Scott Perry...
It's not about who I like. It's not about who I like.
Let's respect. Okay.
Brian, it's about doing the job for the American people.
Big guy.
20%.
Scott Perry
Brian.
and Chip Roy said, I need another month. And you say, I'm not giving you another month. So the government shut down. Who get blamed if the government shuts down? Who gets blamed?
This is about messaging. Again, you're getting back to what this is all about. It's about messaging. Let's sit down. Let's take the time that we have remaining. Let's develop the appropriation bills, all 12 of them, so that we can see the sum total of them.
You can do it in 7 days? You can do it in 7 days?
Oh, absolutely. Brian, we can accomplish anything we want to in 48 hours in this city, but you have to want to do it. I'm willing to stay here. I would have stayed here all the way through August, Brian. But you have to have leadership that says this is what we are going to do. This didn't arise 7 days ago, Brian. We've known for 9 months we were supposed to develop the appropriation bills. They've known for years. They're not doing it. I was not sent here to kick the can down the road. We're adding $2 trillion of debt to the national debt every year.
Congressman, you just know if the government gets shut down, Republicans get the blame because they're not even providing even a CR. a pathway to a CR. You're saying I'm not going to go over 30 days, so the government shuts down. That means your investigation stopped. That means the border funding doesn't happen, and that's okay?
Who are you getting your talking points from, Brian?
It's
Let's
called
stay
research.
here and get the appropriation.
It's called research,
Let's get
Congressman.
the appropriation bills.
If you don't agree with what I'm saying, it doesn't mean talking points. You just don't agree with what I'm saying.
Because we can stay, Brian, we can stay here and develop the appropriation bills. The work has already begun. Okay, we need to complete it. Why is Speaker McCarthy not allowing for the appropriation bills to be completed and brought forward so that the body of Congress can vote on them? That's the question.
That's a great question, but evidently you need 30 more days to do it, and you don't want to do it.
I will not sign off on a continuing resolution that continues Nancy Pelosi's spending and Joe Biden's policies. That's ridiculous. I voted against them for 2 years, Brian. Let's stay here and get the appropriation bills done. Let's make sure that we get the value of those appropriation bills down to a $1.471 trillion non-defense discretionary.
Talk to those pro-Pelosi people like Chip Roy and Scott Perry, all right? Are they pro-Pelosi?
What he said was this is about delivering a message.
This is about a continuing resolution to get you to that point.
To deliver a message that no one believes that any of the provision. Brian,
all right,
he said that he does not believe that any of the provisions within that continuing resolution will even be passed.
Well, put it this way, at least he's moving forward.
That's a
You're
message.
just standing still. Thanks, Congressman.
I'm ready to work on the appropriation bills, Brian.
All right, then talk to your people. Coming up straight ahead, get ready. More than 2,000 migrants just